Welcome back. On the sidelines of Senegal's 10th Dakar International Forum on Peace and Security, Nile TV correspondent Jihan Nabil held the following interview with Ambassador Seif Kandeel, Director General for Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to power. He has made it his responsibility to invest and promote the African continent. And I have the pleasure to have this interview with His Excellency Mr. Seif Kandeel, Director General for Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. We see how much Egypt seeks to strengthen cooperation with all African countries and provide all forms of support that serve citizens.
Yes.
All over the continent of Africa.
Yeah. Well, indeed, as you mentioned, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has instructed all Egyptian institutions, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to strengthen cooperation with African countries. Africa is at the heart of the Egyptian foreign policy and at the heart of the Egyptian public policy in general. Our engagement with Africa has been going on for more than 6 decades, since the independence of African countries. We have diplomatic presence, as you all know, in more than 40 African countries. And we have, our engagement is definitely bilateral, but regional and sub-regional, but also multilateral through our engagement with the African Union, as well as regional economic commissions and regional mechanisms in Africa. So our relationship with Africa is well-rounded, and as we always say, the sky is the limit for what we can achieve with our African brothers and sisters across the continent.
Africa is rich in natural and human resources. So how can African integration be accelerated as quickly as possible? Because as you know, it's not the African people who is taking profits from its sources.
Yes, this is one of the topics that we've been discussing here and in the Dakar Forum and in different fora, including our own Aswan Forum. Natural resources, Africa is blessed with enormous natural resources that still need the benefits of which need to be trickled down to African citizens. But there is a prerequisite for this. We are always we cannot discuss natural resources without discussing the importance of the integration of the infrastructure, of African infrastructure between African countries and between African regions. For natural resources in Africa to be exploited in the best way, we need to invest it in the continent itself, and the best way to do this is to connect Africans through a physical infrastructure. As we all know, sometimes it's easier to travel from African countries to Europe, for example, rather than traveling from African countries in the same region to each other. So we need to connect African countries and African regions to each other, and this will definitely serve the benefit of African countries in making the best use of their own natural resources, and this will...
The integration of all African countries between all the countries.
Absolutely. We cannot discuss the exploitation of natural resources for the sake of Africans without discussing infrastructure, and there are two sides of integration. First, there is the physical integration in terms of infrastructure, but also the policies integration. And the best way to achieve this is through the African free trade area between African countries. Also, you mentioned the human resources. Africa is very rich in human resources, more than 1 billion Africans. and it's 60% of which are youth. So we cannot talk about renaissance in Africa without discussing the huge potential of African youth. And that's why we at the Cairo International Center for Conflict Resolution, CCPA, we focus on the formation and the capacity building for Africans in general, with a focus on African youth and women. This is at the heart of our mandate at the center.
I think also the new development about the AI and about the technology, internet, and all the stuff. I think it's important for our youth.
Absolutely, it's education in general is what will transform this continent in the future. Investing in education, but not just primary or even higher education, but continuous education is the real investment that we should have in our brothers and sisters in Africa.
But Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador Seif Kandeel, you came here to the Forum of Dakar for Peace and Security, and I know that you are responsible for the Forum of Aswan for Peace and Development. So could you please tell us about this what is common between the two forums?
Well, the Dakar Forum is focusing on peace and security matters. Aswan Forum is focused on the nexus between peace and security on one hand and sustainable development on the other hand. That's why we call it Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development. It started in 2019 during the presidency of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of the African Union. And last year in October, we held the 5th edition of the Aswan Forum. The next edition is supposed to take place in the end of October, also in the city of Aswan, which is our access city to sub-Saharan Africa. And as you just mentioned, there are a lot of commonalities between the Dakar Forum and the Aswan Forum. Our participation in the Dakar Forum for the first time is a first step towards the partnership between not just Aswan Forum and the Dakar Forum, but between different fora in the African continent that provide a platform to amplify African voices in the crucial discussions about peace and security and sustainable development. So in the coming few months, we look forward to engaging with our brothers and sisters in the Dakar Forum, and maybe hold joint activities and joint sessions, and of course have them participate, maybe even present the outcomes of their discussions here in the Dakar Forum in our forum in Aswan in October, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.